Here we are in Batley, eh? Diversity is our demise. Let's look at this. Hello and welcome again to another video about the Batley and Spen by-election. In this video I thought we would review the For Britain movement and their campaign, or lack of it. I was on the ground for a week leading up to the election. There was a visible presence from Jade, of course I was on Jada Franson's team. There was a visible presence of Jada Franson, who was an independent candidate, but she's also the leader of a new party called the British Freedom Party. It's not registered with the Electoral Commission, that's why she stood as an independent candidate. I saw visible presence from UKIP, even the SDP. Up until earlier this year, of course, I'll put it out there, I was a proud, loyal For Britain member, and there's many good people in For Britain. I found that party, there's so many good people in For Britain. So I needed to do this video, frankly. Let's have a look at the election results. As you can see, Anne-Marie Waters received 97 votes in the Batley and Spen by-election. Before the election campaign, actually, Tommy Robinson did a video saying he was going to join Anne-Marie Waters on the 26th of June in Batley and Spen, and it was only a matter of days before that pretty much got cancelled. Anne-Marie Waters produced a video saying that Tommy Robinson would not be joining her in Batley and Spen, but please could everybody join Anne-Marie Waters. She'll be doing a speech of some form on the 26th of June. And like all the videos, weeks leading up to the election, it's donate, please donate. Since I left For Britain, I've actually looked at the For Britain accounts, and there's a lot of money going into that party. It's between £73,000 and £94,000 a year spent on consultancy fees. I wonder, is Anne-Marie Waters the consultant for the For Britain movement? Because apart from consultancy fees, it's minimal amounts of money. The vast majority of money is spent on consultancy fees. So on the 26th of June, we was there. Jada Franson, British Freedom Party was there. I even saw the UKIP candidate, and there was a UKIP presence in the town centre of Batley and Spen. Of course, we had the usual suspects, the Communist Party. You've seen it on this channel. They was marching through the town, and we were standing strong against the far left. I didn't see Anne-Marie Waters there. I didn't see Anne-Marie Waters or any presence from For Britain the whole week, and I was in Batley every single day, leafleting on the doorstep. I was in Batley town centre, even if it was just for little moments, getting a bite to eat or something in the town centre. Didn't see every single day, but then I was going out leafleting, and didn't see any For Britain presence. On the morning of the Batley and Spen by-election, I posted on my Facebook page just a picture of Jada Franson's official election leaflet that went through every single door. Well, hopefully it went through every single door, but we never know, do we, with the Royal Mail? And who? It depends on the politics of the individual post man or woman. However, I posted that on my Facebook page and it was met with quite a response from the gatekeepers in the Forbidden movement. We had Eddie Butler and his wife, Susan she's called. Straight away they was on the comments attacking, and they was actually trying to make out the tide jumped ship and joined another party, etc. But they know, and everybody else knows, no. I was undemocratically removed from the Forbidden movement. So this is not an attack. This is not... nothing would make me happier than standing here right now and saying to you guys that Forbidden campaigned heavily in the Batley and Spen by-election and they only received 97 votes. Nothing would make me happier. But I didn't see Forbidden campaigning. After I posted the leaflet for Jada Franson on my Facebook page, and I was met with these in somewhat slanderous comments on my Facebook page, I did say to Eddie Butler and Susan, after the election finished, Anne-Marie Waters did a live stream thanking everybody for the thousands of pounds that they received for the election campaign. Yes, every day leading up to the election for weeks, Anne-Marie Waters was in Hartlepool, not Batley and Spen, asking for donations to the election campaign. I wonder, did every one of them 97 votes cost £1,000? But I brought up to Eddie Butler, Susan and the rest of the Forbidden gatekeepers at the top of the party. I said to them, where's this money gone? Because you wasn't in Batley and Spen. Then they produced a load of screenshots, a load of photographs saying, yes, we was in Batley and Spen. And they produced the photographs, the same photographs of them on the 26th of June. They wasn't in the town centre though, facing off the far left. They was in an area called Cleckheaton. I know it well. I spent a lot of time there delivering leaflets because Cleckheaton in the Batley and Spen constituency, you wouldn't think you're in Batley. Cleckheaton, majority white, very English. There's no danger of being attacked by the different demographic in Cleckheaton because it's not like Batley. It's very, very English. The photographs they produced, I know, was in Cleckheaton. There was publicity stunts. The big calling out she'd done to all the members to turn up. These screenshots, there was about 10 people, 10 to 15 people. And they was only there for a few hours. I know that because in the middle of the afternoon, Anne-Marie Waters was in her car, driving back to Hartlepool. She was being videoed by the passenger, which is probably Graham. Graham, by the way, is hope not hate. We'll get to that later. And in that video that she filmed in her car, she said that she was harassed by Muslims in Batley and Spen, but she was in Cleckheaton. And like I said, Cleckheaton is vastly majority white, majority British. There's no way that she was harassed by anybody. What that was a pre-planned excuse. Because she knew that she wasn't in Batley and Spen. She knew they'd only spent a few hours, and in that few hours they might have gone out leafleting in Cleckheaton. But it was only for a few hours. She returned to Hartlepool and every single day she did videos from her studios in Hartlepool asking for donations. Donate, donate, donate. Clearly, I mean, what was these donations for? I said this on my Facebook page, on my Facebook, when they jumped onto my Facebook status, which was simply a leaflet for Jada Franson. The gatekeepers, like I said, it was just the gatekeepers, the people at the top of Forbitton. There's many good people in Forbitton, like I said, who are being taken advantage for, which is the purpose for this video. After they'd tried their best to gerrymander and claim that there was campaigning, they refused to answer the questions of, can you show me a photograph that isn't in Clackheaton? And it isn't on the 26th of June. They the following day, I received a message from another former Forbitton person. A lot of people have come forward since I left Forbitton, actually, with some very useful information, proving that it was a good thing all round that I left that party. And all of a sudden, Anne-Marie Waters produces a statement, I think it was on Telegram, saying that there will be a live stream to explain where all your donations, the leftover amounts of your donations, are going to be spent on. I watched the live stream. She said they're going to be paying somebody to try and make them more electable, and Anne-Marie Waters doesn't want to get elected. We saw that in Batley. If she wanted to get elected, she would have been there every day, like I was, like UKIP was. It wasn't just the UKIP candidates in the town centre. We had the even saw the UKIP leader, although I'm not the greatest fans. Yeah, the people who have taken UKIP off the members, and I was a former member of UKIP, so I'm not the greatest fans, but at least the UKIP leader and even the chairman I saw in the Witherspoons pub eating the meal when I was in there. So at least they were showing a presence. The UKIP accounts, you can find the sorry, not the UKIP, getting mixed up now between the UKIPs and the Forbittons. I mean, the Forbitton accounts you can find, and it's quite alarming because the majority of the money in the Forbitton accounts, which I'll put up here, hopefully that's, yeah, as you can see, it's quite minimal amounts of money apart from the consultancy fees. £73,000 spent on consultancy fees. £94,000 spent on consultancy fees. I wonder, who is the consultant to the Forbitton movement? Is it Anne-Marie Waters? Yes, I think we all know it probably is. So all these donations, Anne-Marie Waters said they're going to be paying somebody to make them more electable. I'd update the websites, even change, I won't put it past them to change their logo, because that's a very good marketing ploy, isn't it? All the members who have got the current Forbitton logo, if they change that logo, they will have to update their wardrobe and get the new Forbitton logo, paying money to the Forbitton shop. Now, I said earlier that Graham Craddy, that's his real name, his fake name is Graham Hawthorne, but I'm not doxing him or anything because he's stood for elections, and Anne-Marie Waters refers to him on her videos as Graham Craddy. His social media is Graham Hawthorne. Strange, but there we go. Now, when I was in Forbitton, I didn't think it was important at the time, but it should have rang alarm bells to me. I know that now, because I found out by other parties that the whole time I was going round promoting Forbitton, he was stabbing me in the back. Well, but he did tell me when I was in Forbidden that after about 6 months into my membership, he said that it was when we'd been on a live stream together. Now on the Viol platform, Wake Up UK, that is a left-wing platform. He's also a Forbidden member. He took great disgust at me wanting zero immigration. He needs to read the Forbidden Manifesto, that lad, because Forbidden Manifesto says zero immigration. They don't believe in zero immigration, though. I found that out. Anyway, yes, I was on a live stream, me and Graham, and the presenter, one of the Wake Up UK presenters, Jeremy Poole, said, he asked the question, where do you see yourself in politics and where do you see the Forbidden movement? Now, I said to him that I was on a moderate, I consider myself to be a moderate right-wing nationalist, and I consider the Forbidden movement and the manifesto to be a moderate right-wing nationalist manifesto. Straight away he said, no, it isn't. No, I'm like, I soon realised he didn't like my answers, so I let Graham pretty much continue with the rest of the interview, and I just only spoke if I was spoken to, because he was saying, no, it's centre left, it's centre left. He said, me and Graham had a discussion before the live stream started, and he's a traditional leftist. Yes, he's traditionally Labour, he's traditionally left-wing, etc. Bit different to me. I've never voted Labour in my life. I've never voted Tory in my life either. I've only voted UKIP, and the last general election was Brexit Party to get Brexit done. Now, so we've got a difference, total difference of politics. But anyway, after the live stream, me and Graham was having a chat on WhatsApp, and I was like, wow, was it true what he said? You used to be a lefty? He said, oh yeah, definitely. He said, I used to be Labour. I used to be a member of Hope Not Hate. I even wrote a couple of articles for him. I thought, what? Oh, he said, but turned over a new leaf. You know, I'm Forbidden now. That was right up until the point before the Forbidden movement started. So I didn't save that message, but on a recent live stream, Anne-Marie Waters was on the Hearts of Oak channel, and I was making a few comments on there, warning people, because what happened to me, you see, was when I'd left Forbidden, this Graham, Wake Up UK, etc., they're just obsessed with me, constantly doing videos. But the Wake Up UK, who's also a Forbidden movement member, he put a video out there that's got posting my phone number. He went further in live chats. He's posted my name, phone number, address, and it's like, where have you got that information from? Where have you got the address from? Very pally with Graham. You see, Graham Craddy isn't just an ex-Hope Not Hate, quotation marks. His behaviour still tells me he's still in Hope Not Hate, and he is an infiltrator. But he's also a mod on the Forbidden channel. There's a picture here with his blue spanner, and promoting the Forbidden shop because he's in charge of the Forbidden shop. Why is that alarming? That's alarming because he has access to any Forbidden members' details, names, addresses, phone numbers. He will have the access to anybody who buys merchandise from the Forbidden shop. If you buy merchandise from the Forbidden shop, you are giving your address to somebody who I firmly believe is still in Hope Not Hate by his own admission. He says it's public knowledge he was in Hope Not Hate. Very, very, you know, you've got to think to yourself that this for Anne-Marie Waters to give somebody who's ex-Hope Not Hate such a high position and be so close with him, like I said, he is her eyes and ears in the party. It's very irresponsible. But then we look at Anne-Marie Waters. After I'd had my experience and I was undemocratically removed from the party. Oh, and I must say, removed, no right to appeal. I asked for an appeal. I got this email out of the blue. You've been removed from the party for bringing the party in. I think they said it was gross misconduct. Wow. Gross misconduct for promoting the party's immigration policy. They even went further in one response and said that I was a racist for saying I wanted zero immigration. For Britain policy, by the way, is to have zero immigration. Laughable, really, but I said I'll appeal the decision. The response from the chairman was that for Britain's disciplinary procedure doesn't allow for an appeals process. My response to that was, well, you need to look at your disciplinary process, because all professional parties, even UKIP, has a disciplinary process where you can appeal any decision. I think the next response he tried to blow smoke up my backside, and I knew it was trying to blow. He was just trying to keep me quiet. He said that I must congratulate you on the professional way that you've taken your suspension from the party. Yes, I did take my suspension professionally. The party didn't behave professionally, though, to suspend me. And they said, I'll put your request for an appeal to the For Britain committee. I didn't hear anything for 2 weeks. The usual suspects, Wake Up UK, Hope Not Hate Graham, was on live streams attacking me, making up false accusations, so I jumped on the live stream. And I highlighted that For Britain is an unprofessionally run party. It's claims underneath the For Britain sign: freedom, democracy, justice. Democracy is to allow for an appeal to any disciplinary decision. You need to fight your own corner. Word through a free party even got out to some high-profile supporters of For Britain. They aren't members, but they are, I won't mention their names, quite high-profile. And through that live stream, saying that For Britain is unprofessional for not allowing me to have an appeal, I got a response from an email saying we're going to allow you a private Zoom meeting with Anne-Marie Waters, chairman, etc. The whole lot of them. Brilliant, I thought. This is the appeal. What happened in that live stream was very alarming. That private Zoom meeting, firstly, Anne-Marie Waters was very quiet. She actually looked like she'd been on the sauce the evening before. She was looking at me like I was a piece of muck. But how dare you? After everything I'd done for the party, I was going to demos. I was going out to demos, handing out leaflets, paid for with my own money. On my own, just to hand out For Britain leaflets. I was going around YouTube channels promoting the party. I got lots of members to join the party. The ones I'm still in contact with, by the way, haven't renewed their membership. They are also equally disgusted with the actions of For Britain. I am happy that Anne-Marie Waters exposed herself in that Zoom meeting, because I kept getting interrupted by various people in the meeting. I was giving my side of the story. I kept getting interrupted. After 30 minutes, I'd finished explaining what had occurred. A private, offline, recorded, edited video by a left-wing member of For Britain. Yes, Jason, real name Justin, Wake Up UK. I'm talking about you. After 30 minutes in that meeting, Anne-Marie Waters interrupted just as I'd give the background story, and then I was giving the evidence that suggests what I was saying was totally factual. As soon as I started playing the evidence, voice recordings, etc., not just from Jason Wake Up UK, but from other people, to expose him and to prove that I was in the right. Anne-Marie Waters interrupted, said, Ed, shut it down. I've heard enough. I've heard enough, Ed. And then they proceeded with the pleasantries about if he was expecting me to grovel, etc., be apologetic, and yeah, I wasn't happy with it. So straight away I sent him an email saying, I nearly forgot the important detail. Anne-Marie Waters said at the end, let me get one thing right. Let me get one thing straight. There will not be a leadership election in 2023. There will never be a leadership election. This is my party. The penny dropped then. It was like somehow she must have seen me as a threat to her leadership. This would have come from the offline recorded entrapment video on Zoom that Wake Up UK put out to the whole world on YouTube. Hours after it sent it to Anne-Marie Waters privately. Anne-Marie Waters wanted it putting on YouTube. She wanted to make it public. She said to me, let me get one thing straight, there will never be a leadership election in 2023. I will always be the leader. This is my party. That came from the offline video where there was a loaded question in that video. I was just getting attacked. I was actually supporting Anne-Marie Waters and the For Britain movement in that video. I was getting attacked, and there was a loaded question from Jason Wake Up UK saying, what about the nationalists who have a problem with Anne-Marie Waters being Irish and a lesbian? So I said, well, she won't always be the leader, because in the party constitution it states there should be a leadership election every 5 years. For Britain was electorally registered in 2018. So that means there should be a leadership election in 2023. If they like the manifesto but don't like the leader, they should still join. I also said that at the time, I said I would probably vote for Anne-Marie Waters because I think she's the best. I thought she was the best person in For Britain to lead it. Yeah, that's not the case now. So Anne-Marie Waters said herself in that meeting that she does not support democracy. She doesn't even support the party constitution, which she has written. And anybody in the For Britain movement can have, the party constitution says there should be a leadership election every 5 years. So she can't stop a leadership election in 2023 or 2028 or 2033 should anyone want to challenge her leadership. So yes, after the meeting I wasn't happy. I just basically sent him an email, sent Ed the chairman an email saying forget it, I'm not interested in whatever decision you make. You're an unprofessional outfit. By Anne-Marie Waters' own admission, she does not support democracy. I cannot be a part of a dictatorship that makes out to be one thing on camera: nationalist, democratic, but then in reality they're not what they say they are. You are one big sham. I'm out. Weirdly, 2 hours later I got an email from him back saying that the Forbidden Committee has upheld the decision, and I thought, well, did you not read my last email? Because I'd already suggested I'd already told you I don't want to be a member. So then I got on with local elections as an independent candidate, and looking at the results, it was probably a good decision, because I came third in the local elections. For Britain, you didn't. From what I've seen, I mean, Anne-Marie Waters herself stood in the election, a local election, when she should have stood in the Hartlepool parliamentary by-election, and in that local election she came six out of 8 candidates. She actually stood in the same ward as the elected for Britain councillor Karen King, who came 4th. In the way the Hartlepool local elections, the way they do their elections, it's if you finish in the top 3, you get elected. So Karen King came 4th. Anne-Marie Waters stood in the same ward as Karen King, splitting the for Britain votes, which meant Karen King missed out narrowly on being re-elected. Anne-Marie Waters didn't even beat Karen King, she came 6th. All that resources, all them people to deliver leaflets, and you came 6th. I mean, shortly after my decision, I'd noticed there was a Hartlepool parliamentary by-election. Anne-Marie Waters put out a statement that she would not be standing in the Hartlepool parliamentary by-election. She sees for Britain as she wants to model it on the Green Party. The Green Party first took control of the Brighton Pavilion Council. After taking control of the Brighton Pavilion Council, they have always had the MP. The Green Party, one and only MP, has always been from the Brighton Pavilion constituency. So she put out a statement saying she's not going to stand in the Hartlepool parliamentary by-election. She's modelling it on the Green Party. She pretty much said that. She did say that. So I was expecting there should be candidates in every single ward in Hartlepool. Now I think Hartlepool has 17 wards. For Britain only stood 3 candidates. Graham Craddy, remember him? Hope Not Hate Graham Craddy. He got 69 votes. He stood in 1 ward. That left 2 other for Britain candidates, Anne-Marie Waters and the elected councillor Karen King. Karen King, the elected councillor for the De Bruce ward. Anne-Marie Waters should have stood in the numerous options of other wards where there was not for Britain candidates, because like I said, they only had 3 candidates in Hartlepool, 3 out of, I think it's about 17 wards in Hartlepool. She stood in the same ward as Karen King, as I've said. Anne-Marie came 6th, Karen King came 4th. She split the votes. She's either very stupid, and I don't believe she's stupid, or that was intentional. She's not interested in being elected. Leading up to that local election, by the way, after I'd left, I saw a video where she was talking about when she was in the Labour Party. And she wasn't just in the Labour Party, she said she was on the communist wing of the Labour Party. And all her friends in Labour was communists, on the communist side of the Labour Party. Communism is far left. It's a big transition from communist far left to moderate right or right-wing nationalism. And they don't like being called nationalists. I must put this out to the members for Britain. They do not like being called nationalists, because very recently, actually, I was on a live stream and on YouTube, defending myself again against these trolls, these liberals, these lefties, and a new guy has come on the scene, Simon Lord. He's told me he's a Forbidden member in the London branch. He he said that he knows Ed the chairman of Forbidden, and he played a couple of voice notes which I'd sent to Busker, the YouTuber Busker. Yeah, well, Busker was forwarding on my voice notes to this Simon Lord. Now, the voice notes he played wasn't anything to be alarmed about. He played a couple of voice notes where I'd said that to Busker, I'm a nationalist and Forbidden is a nationalist party. Shock horror. What's wrong with that? Well, Simon Lord said that he knows Ed the chairman very well, and he'd sent these voice notes to Ed the chairman, and this is the real reason why I was removed from Forbidden. So they don't like being called nationalists. It's they've got a leader who used to break bread with the likes of Diane Abbott. They've got Graham Craddy, who has access to the addresses and phone numbers of members and anybody who buys merchandise off the Forbidden shop. My address, my phone number has been put out to the far left via YouTube by another, I mean, Wake Up UK. He denies. I was on a live stream with him, and to put it into context, I said to him, are you denying that the English ethnicity is being replaced? Because I could back this up with data from the censuses. The majority of the white English population is going down. Every census, it's going down at an alarming rate, and I don't believe them censuses are telling us the true picture. The new census that's coming out this year, I imagine it's going to be 70%, so it's going to go down from, I think it was 81% in 2011, it's going to be 70% at the very best in this census, and that's in the space of 10 years. Wake Up UK's response to me was, I do not believe that the English ethnicity is being replaced. I said English ethnicity, by the way, descendants of Anglo-Saxons. We all know that you can only be English ethnicity if you are white. His response was, I do not believe that we are being replaced, because I believe that anyone, be them white, brown, black, yellow, if they are born in England, they are English ethnicity. What? So that's what you're up against in Forbidden, and these people are championed by Mrs. Anne-Marie Waters, and like I've said earlier in this video, she's received thousands of pounds in donations after begging for donations constantly for this campaign in Batley and Spen. And the campaign was literally a few hours of 10 to 15 Anne-Marie Waters and 10 to 15 other members taking promotion photographs in Cleckheaton, and I think they went outside George Galloway's office and took a photograph. They was only there for a few hours because she was on her way back doing videos making excuses for the poor election result, knowing that it would be a very poor election result because they aren't campaigning. She didn't even want to enter in the Batley and Spen by-election. She was forced to go in the Batley and Spen by-election because let's have a look at this photograph. This is the other elected Forbidden councillor, airing his disgust at the decision not to stand in the Hartlepool by-election in favour of standing in a local election where she came sixth. But he said this before the election, but he didn't agree that she shouldn't be standing in the Hartlepool by-election, and if she wasn't standing, there should be another person to represent Forbidden. Quite rightly. He sent that on Facebook, as you can see, to Eddie Butler, who is the national organiser. This is just a grifting machine. This money that you are donating to that party, that is riddled with hope not hate activists who will attack you if you make a name for yourself promoting the party and the immigration policy. They will. We all know where the address and phone number came from. Hope not hate Graham. He has access to them. It's taking advantage. It is the far left. It is the left disguising themselves as being on the right. The only difference between Anne-Marie Waters and the far left, Liberal Democrats, Labour, etc., is Anne-Marie Waters doesn't like Islam. That is the only difference. And if this isn't enough, let's have a look. I'll finish the video now, but let's have a look at the Anne-Marie Waters against numerous people telling her she shouldn't be going anywhere near Wake Up UK. Let's have a look at her first appearance. I'll end the video and I'll leave you with her first appearance of the of her live streams on Wake Up UK, where she turned up at 4 PM drunk, embarrassing not just herself but every single Forbidden member. That happened in August, I think it was August 2020. And thankfully, it was only aired on Wake Up UK's website, which is behind a paywall. So there was literally 5 man and a dog who witnessed the embarrassment. Many of them, like myself, was Forbidden members, so it wasn't going to go any further. That happened at 4 PM. Drunk out of red at 4 PM. This was a pre-planned live stream. She knew she was going on this live stream. And she turns up in this state. That's clearly an issue, a problem with alcohol. She but thankfully, like I said, it only went on his website. But at 8 PM, 4 hours later, prime time viewing on YouTube, Jason Wake Up UK, the Forbidden member, who's very close with Anne-Marie Waters apparently and speaks with her regularly on the phone, he uploaded it to YouTube. All of a sudden the whole world saw the embarrassment. It was unedited. He put it out on YouTube. The guys from Patriotic Alternative quickly grabbed that video. It's been redistributed, and that's all because of Jason Wake Up UK. So let's take a good look.
The cream of the crop, huh?
I appreciate you saying it, but because you put me in the frame for this unprofessional presentation the first week you came on, I feel the need to have to now say why you're saying this and what you're avoiding to say. The fact of the matter is, the first week when she came on and did her stream, she had had a drink. And because of that, she presented herself in not a very professional manner. And that was recorded by PA and ridiculed. And that's why...
The cream of the crop, huh? Remotely. And that, when I say step out of line, I mean not praise Israel. That's stepping out of line. And they will come in and they will ruin your life. And we've seen that again and again and again. Not only have they been taking your money all these years, they've also been raping your kids. And we're not able to oppose them lest we be labelled racists, fascists by the national press. That's where we are. And I keep sort of stopping to admit where we are, because today we've got celebrities backpedaling like crazy to distance themselves from Black Lives Matter, but we can and will come out of it. And that's what I need most people listening to this to understand, is that it is dark. Blimey, it is dark. But from this darkness will come light. And because Black Lives Matter have made it so obvious, well, then the people of Europe will make themselves known, I hope. But in the meantime, we are struggling. We really, really are struggling. The cream of the crop, huh?
The main reason for this video was to highlight the fact that Anne-Marie Waters from her studio, her usual studio in Hartlepool, was asking every day she was asking for donations to her campaign in Batley and Spen. And like I've highlighted in this video, apart from literally a few hours on the 26th of June, in the predominantly white area of Cleckheaton on the outskirts, where the small group of For Britain members and Anne-Marie Waters posed for promotional photographs. That was the extent to the whole of the For Britain campaign. I was on the ground in Batley and Spen. It was revealing, I think, to see that Anne-Marie Waters did a video in the afternoon when she was driving back to Hartlepool, claiming that she had been harassed by Muslims in Batley. She was in Cleckheaton, a predominantly white area, so I find that very hard to believe, because I spent many hours posting leaflets and even talking to people in Cleckheaton and giving them a leaflet. I spent many hours in Cleckheaton and I didn't get harassed. People might say, oh well, you're not Anne-Marie Waters. Anne-Marie Waters is, people make out like she's some sort of famous face, and no, she isn't. Most people don't have a clue who Anne-Marie Waters is. So this was just a curveball. This video, these claims about being harassed, I saw through them. She was just putting it out there, some sort of excuse for her, for what will be a poor election result, because she knew they did zero campaigning. I hate to break it to you guys, but For Britain, Anne-Marie Waters, she knows herself that she can't get elected with the current electoral system. The For Britain movement is basically a vehicle for her finances. She lives off your donations. She lives off members' contributions. It funds her lifestyle, which from what I saw in my year of being a member of For Britain, it's a rather degenerate lifestyle with she drinks a lot of alcohol, and even during the daytime she's smashed off a trolley at 4 p.m. when she's supposed to well, I was going to say when she's supposed to be on a live stream, but no, she doesn't cancel. She turns up on these live streams. She turns up drunk out of her head. She doesn't care about the embarrassment she causes members. And she clearly knows the party is riddled with hope not hate. All these people with a hope not hate past. I say past in quotation marks because some of them clearly are still in hope not hate. Their behaviour proves it. The people with the hope not hate past, she elevates, promotes and has them in her closest top team of For Britain. If you promote the party and make yourself known as a nationalist, they access your information and post it on YouTube. Well, they pass it on to another member of For Britain, who is more than happy to put it out on YouTube. As as I can vouch for that. I'm going to end the video now with a clip. There's a clip, and I can't quite find the correct position for this clip, so I've recorded it, so I may as well throw it in at the end. We'll call it an added extra. Enjoy. Graham, by the way, is Hope Not Hate. We'll get to that later. He is a Hope Not Hate. He claims to be a former member of Hope Not Hate, and a former used to write. He told me he used to write articles for Hope Not Hate right up until the point that he joined the Forbidden movement. His behaviour towards me suggests otherwise. Now he has got a position high up in Forbidden. He is Anne-Marie Waters' eyes and ears. He is a mod on the Forbidden YouTube channel. He also has access to all of you members' addresses, phone numbers. We've got another left-wing instigator. He's got a fake name, Jason Tyler, Wake Up UK. I think many of you already know his real name, Justin Ormerod. Yes, well, he's been putting out my phone number and my address on YouTube. I wonder where he got that information from. His good friend Graham, maybe. The Hope Not Hate infiltrator of Forbidden, who has access to all of you members' names and addresses. And if you make any noise about being a nationalist, and I openly made a noise about being a nationalist because the Forbidden Manifesto says zero immigration for 5 years. You go around YouTube promoting that you are against all immigration, and you say the reasons why. You don't want us to become a minority. There's no houses, there's no room in schools, there's no room in hospitals, etc. This is exactly the same things Anne-Marie Waters promotes, apart from she doesn't say the replacement. She never says we're going to be replaced. I just added that into there, but yes. So in my opinion, I was a firm, loyal supporter of Anne-Marie Waters.